Hi there, I'm Denise with This Is My Everybody. I was just looking to find a great movie to dive into this weekend. And when I'm always looking for a new movie, I'm always thinking about what are some of those best inspiring movies for simple living. So today I thought I'd give you my ultimate and updated list of current inspirational simple living movies that are very likely to turn your next movie night into a movie marathon weekend and hopefully inspire you to start connecting the life you would love to the life you are living. So get pen and paper ready. I've got some wonderful suggestions for you. Well, we've all been there. We've put on a great movie. We get totally lost in the story. We forget all the troubles of our life because all we're doing is trying to find out what is going to happen to this character and how is this story going to really end up. Well, let me ask you this. What if instead of watching that fictional story and characters from a detached experience, what if you were actually watching it with an engaged intention of assessing what that character is doing, what that fictional story is playing out as if they are making choices to live a simpler life, perhaps maybe even some of the choices that you're considering for yourself. That's actually one of the reasons why we love movies so much, because movies can be a great motivation for us to change our life for the better. I mean, we all have dreams and aspirations and adventures, all kinds of things that we would love to be doing, but often we're not. And so often we find ourselves wanting to watch movies where we can see someone else do those dreams, see someone else achieve those aspirations, see someone else go on those adventures. And often, don't you find yourself at the end of the movie going, what if I were to do that? What would that look like? Well, imagine the movie, or the movies in general, as being like a vision board of what your dreams and aspirations and adventures could look like. Like, for instance, what if you've always wanted to start your own garden and grow all your own food? Or perhaps you've always wanted to walk away from that job that you've been in that you truly does not make you happy and you would love to start your own business. What would that look like? Or even more importantly, to me, the thing that is at the core of all of the best inspiring movies is what if you simply started making choices in your life based upon what truly matters most to you. Just watch the story play out on the screen, pay attention with an engaged intention of assessing what that character, how are they making choices? Are they choosing to live a simpler life, or are they complicating their life even further? Just let it play out on the screen, and I bet you anything you're going to be feeling a lot lighter by the end of that movie. So let's get to my top picks for best inspiring movies for simple living. Let me just tell you that this list is in no particular order. I'm constantly updating my list every month. You can find the complete list that's always updated on my website, thisismyeverybody.com. Check it very regularly, and also come back here to my channel because I'll be also coming back and giving you a part 2 to the list, a part 3 to the list as I continue to update and find more new movies to add or rediscover some great classics to add to the list as well. Keep in mind that these films are going to include story elements or characters that are always looking to either simplify their life or making their life more meaningful. Some of the films might include a story where the characters are forging their own unique path in life, or perhaps maybe it's a drama where they're learning that they need to let go of something. Regardless, each one of these movies that you're about to hear about are life-inspiring movies that just might turn out to be life-changing for you. So today we're going to give you 10 of those movies and then check back with me later for even more, okay? The first movie on my list is The Simple Life of Noah Dearborn. It stars Sidney Poitier and Mary Louise Parker. And it's a wonderful little film, very beautiful film about this quiet local hero who turns out to be the talk of the town. Movie number 2, The Bear. This is one of my favorite films of all time, and I tell you, I've recommended this film so many times to people. No one has ever heard of it when I recommend it to them. They watch it and they absolutely fall in love with it. beginning with this little young bear cub and this adult grizzly, that their paths cross in 19th century British Columbia. And the challenges of the mountain habitat turns this reluctant friendship into something that becomes quite endearing. You're going to love this film. Something that's so amazing about this movie is that there's literally hardly any dialogue. You are going to be stunned at how rich the story is, even with such a simple movie script. And a bonus time tip for you, if you can find the DVD, there's bonus content that's included on the DVD that has like a little mini documentary of how they actually made this movie. You're going to love it. Put this on your movie list and get searching for that DVD. Movie number 3, Promised Land, with Matt Damon, Frances McDormand, and John Krasinski. This is a wonderful film set in rural Pennsylvania, where the story is all centered on this corporate attempt to come in and take over this farming community to get its natural gas drilling rights. It really focuses on that internal and external struggle that we often all face in trying to really determine what matters most to us as we're moving forward in life. Going on to movie number 4, The 100-Foot Journey with Helen Mirren. This one focuses on an established Michelin star French restaurant in France, and then all of a sudden this Indian family moves in across the street and takes over this dilapidated location to start a family Indian restaurant. You've got cuisines that are clashing, you've got culture clashing, and you also have competition on the rise between these two restaurants. It's a wonderful film that really focuses on how much we really have to learn about each other. Movie number 5, We Bought a Zoo, with Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. This one tells the story of a young family who actually end up buying a rundown zoo, trying to restart their life together as a family after they've experienced a tragic loss. This one is actually based on a true story too as well. Number 6, No Reservations, with Catherine Zeta-Jones, Aaron Eckhart, and Abigail Breslin. 2 professional chefs, one who's a perfectionist and the other one that's completely fueled by spontaneity, and they're completely clashing with each other about what's the best way to run the kitchen, when all of a sudden this young girl comes into their life, turns everything up on its head, and they're navigating their lives beyond that point. I believe this film was actually inspired by an earlier foreign film. I think it's called Mostly Martha. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's true. Okay, the movie I just talked about, No Reservations, of course, has a food theme. You're going to find that in any movie list I'm going to give you, you're going to probably find lots of movies about food. It's a real sweet spot of mine, pardon the pun. Another sweet spot of mine in recommending movies are movies that are about music too as well, which leads me to movie number 7, which is The High Note, with Dakota Johnson and Tracee Ellis Ross. Wonderful music in it, and it really focuses on this superstar diva and her personal assistant, who are both trying to balance work-life balance as they are both faced with challenges to get to where they want to be in the LA music scene. I really love this movie. I've seen it so many times. Dakota Johnson is absolutely wonderful in this film. Movie number 8, Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig. Now, of course, there are many adaptations of Little Women in film. This is one of the most recent adaptations, anyway, of Little Women, and I so love it. Greta Gerwig is telling the story in a very unusual way, where some of the scenes are out of sequence to the chronological order of the story, and it really gives you this amazing new insight to what this story really tells you. It focuses on these 4 sisters who are each one trying to navigate their path in life, trying to get to achieve those dreams that each one of them have, while they're also trying to manage the challenges of being women who have progressive aspirations in a society that really want to squash women's dreams and make them feel like, oh, you can't do that. Yeah. Movie number 9, Private Benjamin by Goldie Hawn. If you have never seen this movie, you are in for such a treat. This journey of this female character, played by Goldie Hawn, is one of the most transformative journeys you will ever see in a movie. Watching this woman who goes out and starts from the point of being completely dependent on all the men and, of course, her family in her life, and then eventually, step by step, learns to slowly start standing on her own, finding her own sense of purpose, and really conquering life with her own unique path, finding who her sense of self is. And Goldie Hawn is just primo in this movie. And then our last movie today is The Razor's Edge. This one is the original black and white classic of The Razor's Edge. There is an updated version of this that was a remake with Bill Murray, and I love Bill Murray, but I'm recommending the original version, the black and white version, based on the Somerset Maugham novel, and it tells the story of a World War I veteran who returns home with a completely different perspective of what matters most in his life and how he wants to live his life. It's a really fascinating exploration of that balance of values between the ties that we have in our life and the values of the people that we have tied ourselves to in our life. So that's my 10 movies for today. Let me circle back with my final thoughts on the best inspiring movies for simple living. Movies can certainly educate, they can inspire, they can entertain for certain, but even more importantly, they have the power to transform. Movies are a great motivation to inspire you to change your life for the better. So make sure you go out, find you a great movie, and find a new perspective for your life. Keep coming back because I'm going to be adding 10 movies every month with a new video here on This Is My Everybody, and you can always find the complete list on my website, thisismyeverybody.com. This is Denise with This Is My Everybody, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye!